In 1587, a group of English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island. It's off the coast of what is now North Carolina. Led by John White, they were to establish England's first permanent colony in the New World. But when White returned to England for supplies, he couldn't have known that he'd never see his fellow colonists again. 3 years later, he came back to find the settlement abandoned, with no trace of its 115 inhabitants. The only clue was the word Croatoan carved into a fence post. This disappearance has puzzled historians for centuries. What happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? Today we'll explore the theories and evidence surrounding this enduring mystery. Our journey begins with the historical context. The late 16th century was a time of intense rivalry between England and Spain. Queen Elizabeth I sought to challenge Spanish dominance in the Americas, granting Sir Walter Raleigh permission to establish a colony. After 2 failed attempts, the 1587 expedition was meant to be the charm. But the colonists faced numerous challenges from the start. Relations with the local Native American tribes were tense, and food was scarce. When White left for England, he promised to return within a year. However, war with Spain delayed his voyage. By the time he made it back in 1590, the colony had vanished without a trace. So what could have happened? One theory, proposed by historian David B. Quinn, suggests that the colonists may have integrated with friendly Native American tribes. The word Croatoan could have been a message indicating they had moved to Croatoan Island, home of the Croatoan tribe. However, no archaeological evidence has been found to support this idea. Another possibility explored by Andrew Lawler in his book The Secret Token is that the colonists fell victim to hostile Native Americans. This theory is supported by accounts from Jamestown settlers, who claim to have heard stories of white people being killed by local tribes. But again, physical evidence is lacking. A more recent theory, based on dendrochronological studies published in Science in 1998, suggests that severe drought may have played a role. Tree ring data indicates that the years 1587 to 1589 were the driest in 800 years. This extreme weather could have led to crop failures and water shortages, forcing the colonists to abandon their settlement. But where did they go? Some researchers believe they may have attempted to relocate to the Chesapeake Bay area, where they were originally meant to settle. In 2012, archaeologists from the First Colony Foundation discovered evidence of European presence at a site called Site X on the mainland. Could this have been a refuge for some of the Roanoke colonists? One of the most controversial pieces of evidence in the Roanoke mystery is the Dare Stones. These inscribed rocks, discovered in the 1930s, purportedly tell the story of Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter. The stones describe attacks by Native Americans and the deaths of many colonists. However, most scholars now consider the Dare Stones to be a hoax. Perhaps the most intriguing account comes from William Strachey, secretary of the Jamestown colony. In his 1612 manuscript, he wrote of English captives living among the Powhatan tribe, claimed that Chief Powhatan had confessed to killing the colonists because they were living with another tribe. While this account is secondhand and written decades after the disappearance, it offers a tantalizing possibility. Despite numerous archaeological excavations, including those led by Jean Carl Harrington in the 1960s, no definitive evidence of the colonists' fate has been uncovered. The mystery of Roanoke continues to captivate researchers and the public alike. In the end, the lost colony of Roanoke remains one of history's great unsolved mysteries. Was it drought, disease, or conflict that led to their disappearance? Did they assimilate into Native American society, or meet a more tragic end? As new technologies and methodologies emerge, perhaps we'll one day uncover the truth about what happened on that small island off the coast of North Carolina over 4 centuries ago. For now, the fate of the Roanoke colonists serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by early European settlers in the Americas and the complex relationships between colonizers and indigenous peoples. It's a story that continues to fascinate us, not just for its mystery, but for what it reveals about our shared human history. Subscribe for more history mysteries, and don't vanish like Roanoke.